Alright guys, it's base coat time, and we're going to blend this paint, and we're going to do what's called an in-panel blend. I'm not taking any paint into this door, even though it's got a couple scratches and some other stuff in it. It's not that kind of job. So this color actually matched pretty good the last time, and I'm still using the same pint of paint to do this. This is Metalux 2-1 mix. And the way we're going to spray this is I'm going to spray in this area until this is hidden where you can't see the primer anymore. And then I'll start coming this way a little bit farther, and then a little bit farther. And as I do that, I don't know if I'll be standing in the way of the camera, but I'll come from here, and as I get past this, I'll bring this gun away from the panel. So first things first, we're going to get it hidden, or try to get it hidden. Sometimes this stuff doesn't cover very well. I was going to do a ground coat on it, and then realized I had no reducer for the, it was some old chroma base that was a real dark gold, and I really didn't want to get into that. I have to go buy a $30 quarter reducer just for that. I did mix some urethane reducer with it the other day when I was playing around with that test panel, and it shot fine, but I really don't want to have to redo this. This was enough work as it was, so here we go. As you can see, that first coat, that is still very transparent. It's still very transparent, so I'm thinking we're probably going to have to coat this 4 or 5, maybe 6 times to get that hidden. So we'll just try and stay within that area and keep hitting it. Turn my pressure down a little bit too. I don't want it on there too wet, and I also don't want to trap any solvents in there. I'm going to let this flash maybe 5 minutes, and then I'll come back and grab you guys. Alright kiddies, round 2. We'll let that flash off. We're getting there. Maybe it won't take 6 coats. So I'll give you guys a close-up of that. Let me set the gun down. God, those light bulbs reflecting off there give a terrible glare, but let's try this way. Yeah, it's a pretty bad glare. I had a little spot down here. I'm dusting that out. I did have some primer over it, some etch primer, and then I shot it with a little 2K primer, high build, and scuffed it off. That's below the molding. And right where that hole is, there's another molding, so I'm not concerned about color match so much down there. That's way below knee level. And like I said, this matches pretty good. I can see right at the top of the repair, I mean, you can see where the color sort of is stopping on there where it's thin, but right toward the top of the repair, I see I'm a little light, so maybe one more coat will get that. So, all right, coat number 3. Let's see if we can't get it hidden with this one. Try not to put it on too awfully wet. I think we've just about got it, so next coat I will blend a little farther out and make sure we can't see through it. Alright guys, this will probably be the last coat of base. Everything's hidden. I'm going to start blending this out. I blended it out a little bit on the last coat, but you guys saw I was sort of fanning it up. So I will fan this out a little bit more. I tacked it off between coats, otherwise the metallics tend to pile up, especially if you've got just a little imperfection somewhere. They'll all kind of end up on top of that. So here we go. My base is all flashed off. I'll give you a look-see at that before I start clearing it. I'll take you guys out there and we'll see how much fog ends up in the room. I may not keep you in there, but I'm not really worried about the camera. It's just the fact you won't really be able to see what's going on. Montana Clear, CRV22, medium solids, almost a high solids clear. It's like, I think this one's still almost close to 41%. This is a 4-to-1. So I saw some questions earlier. HBR had a question, and I saw Darren already made a video, but if you're doing a 4-to-1, even though the column says 4 to 1 to 1, mixed, like Darren said, mixed product only up to whatever number you want in the 4 column. Say I'm going to mix a pretty good sized batch of clear here. I'm going to go up to the 13, and then I'll go up to the 1 column and go to the 13 there. And this is not a reduced clear, so that's all the further I'd go. If it was a 4-to-1 to 4 parts clear to 1 part hardener to 1 part reducer, then I would go to the 13 in the following column. But since it's not, I think I'll put a little splash reducer in there, but maybe 5% or something. So. So the color matched real nice. I'm happy with it. The blend looks nice. So I'm doing my 4-to-1, and this isn't quite a quart of mixed, so I'm going to put like half a cap full of accelerator in it. I've got the temp in the shop up to about 75, but it's going to start dropping off quick, so panel temperature's warm too, so hopefully I didn't screw myself by putting some accelerator in there. It worked out great on the tailgate. It threw dried and allowed me to buff it the next day, so they don't call for reducer, but they say up to 10% for blending needs if you're blending clear, but I just think it makes it lay a little better, so we'll just give it a little. Alright, is there anything in the can? Can's empty, so we won't put any in there. We'll go with that. I do have another can. If I don't like the way it's laying down on this first coat, I will I'll give it a little shut of reducer. An old painter once told me when I first started painting, if you've got bubbles around the edge of your product and top of the cup, then you got it thin enough to spray. But that was shooting out of what I'd call a hoser siphon feed gun. Craftsman spray gun, the first vehicle I ever painted. It's my dad's spray gun, and I used that, and it actually did a nice job, but that was single stage paint back in the day, where you could really pound it on there. Alright, we're going to go with that. Put that in the Velvethamma Plus here. I'm going to do a couple quick spray outs. I decided to clean this gun with my good reducer the other day, and something told me to pull it apart and double check, and there was a little bit of clear in that fluid nozzle. So I don't know, guys. I'll stay away from that stuff. So I'll take you guys out and show you what's going on here real quick. Take you off the stand, give you a close-up, and then I'm going to turn it off, do a couple spray outs, and I'll turn you back on because I'm already up to 5 minutes here. Bodywork turned out real nice. And the color match is nice too. So anyways, make sure this is zoomed all the way out. I'll put you guys back on the stand, and we'll catch you. Here we go. Everything's gone good so far today, but watch me come run it now. Fortunately for me, I had the technology to fix that problem. All right, there's the first coat. We're going to let that tack up and we'll come back. Second final coat. Try to put it on the floor. Alright kids, that's that. I'll do a little check see and see how much I have left here. Maybe make a nice hockey puck out of this. Okay, 4-1. I was at the 13, and I'm down to the 4. So let's see, the 13 would be how many ounces of clear? Actually, the second 13. That would have been 20 ounce. No, not quite. Maybe 18 ounces, 19 ounces, and we're down to excuse me, we're at the 4 now, and we were at almost 20. So 16 ounces. Probably got enough clear on there, huh? Alright. Use some of the shitty gun wash here, and then I'll use the good stuff. After I'm done rinsing it with this. God, this is about empty. This stuff sucks. I don't know why, but it sucks. I'll go back and check on that panel in a minute, make sure it's not all on the floor. So, not many videos up today. I've been using that for my flash timeout. Go outside and where I can get some signal out of my building and watch some videos. The only thing this thinner is good for is cleaning your lid. It just doesn't want to get the clear out of the fluid tip. Like I was saying yesterday, if any of you saw that video, it's this stuff. Oh well, it's got alcohol in it, which I don't understand why they're putting alcohol in it. Maybe that's their way of reducing their reducer, the amount of actual virgin solvent they have to put in it. I'll let this sit for a couple minutes. What I am liking about this gun is I'm putting enough material out that I'm not trying to overcompensate with it like I was with my HVLP gun and thinking I needed more pressure. This one's got the pressure and it's got a little bigger fluid tip, so it's really putting it on there. So it's a little foggy out there. Let's go see if I made an asshole out of myself. Talking smack about that gun. Let's see if I can get a good spot here. That laid down good. I took the blowgun under this weather stripping here and I still had a dust turd fly out at me right up in that corner. But whatever. I don't know if I'm walking slow enough for this thing to even focus. There's a little peel in it, but that's good. That'll match the rest of the car. You ought to see the hood on it. Looks like somebody put it on with a roller. Looks like a Ford with a factory paint job on it. So my blend jumped out at me just a little bit. If you catch it in this fluorescent light in the right angle, you can see it, but that's not real peely. So happy with that gun. Get a little more practice with it. I'll know how much paint or clear to actually mix. So I went a little overboard with it, but that's that. You can just see, well, I think it's my reflection too. I guess you can't see. We'll see what this looks like when I get it outside. So, all right, fellas, catch you on the next one. Quick looky-see before I go home. Nothing's on the floor. I just got a tiny bit of peel. I'm going to wet sand out of that maybe Saturday. I'll let it cure all day tomorrow. That way I'm not fighting any 1,500 scratches in it. But that should be quick and easy. Turned my fluorescent light off. It was really throwing me off. I was looking at my blend area and it was so bad. With the light, fluorescent light beating on it, I could see mostly back toward the taillight area. I was picking it up, but now obviously it's a little darker in here, but I'm going to get it outside. Hopefully I'm not redoing that. I think it turned out okay. So anyway, I'll get this uploaded for you guys. Have a good evening. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you later.